my coffee. I've moved the camera around again because where we moved the computer desk, we fixed the issue with that light. So where I'm streaming now is somewhere near where I used to stream. And at night we used to get issues from that light there because it's got LED bulbs in it. So it used to really mess around with the camera and it would be like really bright on the camera. So I moved everything around and we fixed the issue of that light. But then if I do like a stream in the daytime, I've got a window right behind where I would now usually stream, and the daylight comes in, and it just affects the camera massively. So now we stream like this when it's the daytime, and we stream at the new place, the new location, the new angle, if you like, when it's nighttime, and then that way we just kind of try and avoid all sort of light getting involved with the camera. So we've got a gig announcement today, and we've got a track release announcement, and these two things are pretty much happening more or less nearly on the same date. The um, the gig I think is only maybe like the week before the gig, and then the week after the track gets released. Sorry, the week after the gig is when the track gets released. But yeah, so the first gig is Choones for Charity. Now, this is kind of an event that I've sort of put together myself. It's a little bit something a little bit different. Um, so in the place where I live, which is Riverside, like a social housing association, if you like, they come together and they pitched an idea that they wanted to do something. They wanted to do something for charity. And would I be interested in doing a little event DJing and choosing a charity to raise money for? And when it comes to charities and wanting to give back and wanting to help, I'm quiet. I like to do things like that, and I think it's a good thing to do in life. If you can try and help people. However, I am very sort of particular about which charities I would like to raise money for and things I'd like to do things for, because I've heard stories about other charities where you don't, where like, you just can't be sure that like the money's going to them and stuff like that. And the charity what's close to me is Mind Charity, so like they help people who like suffer with dementia and stuff. And I have an auntie who is currently suffering from dementia, and she's currently in a home at the moment, and she has to have like round the clock care and stuff like that. So when it came to thinking of a charity, I thought this would be a really great one to do. And we're putting this like little event together where I'm gonna DJ for a couple of hours. There's gonna be like food. There's gonna be some like CD donations, so people can like sell their CDs at this event, and then like when somebody buys the CD, like the money goes to the charity. So it's like donations of CDs that are then gonna get sold, and then there's gonna be like some other cool things that are gonna be happening. And this is gonna be happening on the 19th of September. So big shout to Molly, big shout to Loose Fair. What you're saying? So this is going to happen on the 19th of September. So it's taking place next month in about a month's time. Actually, I think it nearly is. Yeah. So it's basically nearly a month. Well, it's just under a month away. It was a month on Thursday to the exact. But anyway, the point being, it's the 19th of September, and it's gonna all the money is going to Mind Charity, and then there's like another charity that has kind of like helped put this event together. So like some of it has to go to them, but then the rest of it is going to go to the Mind charity. So, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So yeah, so the 19th of September, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun, and the tickets are £2 to come in at the so without getting the poster back up, it's it's at another riverside place. But I just can't fully remember. But anyway, it's on the poster. Um, if you go onto my Facebook, it will be on there. You can read all the further details. I shouldn't do these streams really without memorizing or knowing like where the locations and things are. Sometimes I just forget, but it's like I don't know if it's like the Astro Hall or something like that. But it is on the poster, so feel free to go and look at the poster. Sup G. Good to see you. Yes, big shout, man. Do I believe in God? No, not. It's a little bit of I'm a little bit on the fence with it, to be honest. Years ago, I was like, no, I don't believe in God. But over the years, like my views on a few certain things have changed. So I don't think I really fully believe in God. But I am a little bit on the fence with it. Like I just think the world works in mysterious ways. Things happen for a reason, things like that. So I couldn't really tell you. Like the truth is, like the truth is we don't really know, do we? Like there's no one has said like, oh, here we are. I've had a picture with God, because it was so long ago. God loves you anyway, bro. Well, I'm sure if there is such a thing as a God, I'm pretty sure that he does. He loves everybody, doesn't he? Apparently, like I say, I'm a little bit on the fence with it. I don't like to talk and get into a lot of like religious politics just because it's not really me. In all honesty, like it might sound a little bit harsh, but like in all honesty, like I don't really care. Like I go about my own life. I don't because the thing about things nowadays is you can have your own views, points, opinions, but it's too easy. Like you for you to say what you mean, but to somebody else you're saying the wrong thing, and then just like that you've offended somebody. And I'm not about offending people. Like I used to think like I'd like to put me point forward, but now I just think like what's the point? Like there's so many people that do this and do that and riot and put their points forward, and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't solve anything. It just creates more arguments. I just go about with my own life. I go to work. I do my gigs. I eat my food. I go to sleep on a night. I try and live a good life. I try and live a happy life, and that is as far as it goes. So don't you see your heart function because of God? I've never seen my heart function. I mean, I've felt it beating. Like, if I've been running somewhere and I'm a bit, my heart's going a bit fast. But I've never had to go and see it beat because I know you can do it obviously in the hospital, and where they can get it up on a screen and they go, look, this is your heart. In all honesty, like I am probably like one of the most unhealthiest people ever because I there's a lot of food I don't eat. Although I've got better over the years, I'm still far from what they would call being like a healthy person. So I think like the healthiest thing I probably would eat is like a yogurt. Like I don't like when I get burgers, I don't have salad in them. When I have like Sunday roasts and things, I don't have vegetables on them. Just I'm not a healthy person. When I was younger, I used to eat all sorts, and then I had something wrong with me. I got like a trapped nerve when I was really young, and it affected something on my taste buds. And then when I come back from the hospital or whatever it did done, I was kind of too young to remember. My parents have kind of explained, but my taste buds just changed, and there was loads of things that I wouldn't eat. Like I was like years and years old before I'd even eat like a bowl of Frosties. Like that's how bad it was. Like I've got better now, but like I wouldn't eat things like Frosties. There was loads of things that I wouldn't eat, and then Like when it came to having a fry up, I used to only eat the sausage, bacon, and the fried bread. Whereas now I'll have like fried eggs and I'll have black pudding and I'll have a lot more on a breakfast. Like there's still things on a breakfast I won't have. Like I don't like beans and tomatoes, but like I eat more on a breakfast now than I did. And then I've but like I don't eat so. Are you curious to read the entire Bible? I'm not curious to read it, no. I don't like reading, so I don't read books either. I can't get on with reading. If it's like a news article online or something on Facebook, then yeah, I'll give it a read because why not? But apart from that, like I don't read. I don't like reading. I'd rather watch something or rather just like somebody tell me about it themselves rather than like reading something. I know bits of the Bible because you hear about it on videos and you've heard people speak about it. Thou shalt not and they shall or whatever. But no, I mean I think I know somewhere at home my nan has a Bible, and I think when I was younger I did like look at it like just out of curiosity of what the Bible actually looks like, but I wouldn't have like read it. I would have just skimmed through the pages and been like, oh, cool, this is what it looks like, this is what it feels like, this is how many pages it's got, that kind of thing. But that's about as far as it goes, unfortunately. You saw the new Fortnite update. I don't play Fortnite. So I work in a youth centre and we have an Xbox in the youth centre. And the people that come to the youth centre, they go mad for either Fortnite or FIFA. And I know sometimes like they'll run into the youth centre and they'll be like Fortnite's had a new update. But I don't. I mean, like I played it before. I played it like when it was relatively a new game, when it first came out, and I played it for a bit, sort of like 4 or 5 years ago. But I haven't played it for a long, long time, and I know it's changed quite a lot from when I last played it. So, you say that you don't read anything, but before you say that you are not Christian, it's fair to read the Bible and have a say do you want yeah, it'd be somewhere. It'd be around 2019. I'd be definitely playing it. Um, Sort of after 2019 was when I kind of stopped playing games consoles because I went through a period where I literally sold my PlayStation and I gave up on the PlayStation. And then I actually bought it back like recently, like probably about a year ago nearly. And yeah, I gave up on it because I wanted to. The thing for me is I wanted to focus on my music. So I was kind of, because the music was starting to do quite well. It was doing all right, and I wanted it to keep doing well. And at the time, I had a shed in my nan's back garden, and it was done out like a bit of a music studio. So I had all the music equipment in there. So what I started doing was, is I thought after tea, I'm gonna go and spend a couple of hours in the studio, and start doing like writing new lyrics and getting productive and pushing myself musician wise rather than playing video games. So I thought, do I push my music or do I go and sit and play video games? So I started spending less time on the PlayStation. And then the music started taking off even more, and then I started gigging and getting my first gigs and stuff. And then it just got to the point where I thought the PlayStation is now just collecting dust. So I got rid of it. And then when I moved into my own place, moved to Hull and everything, moved into my own place, I decided that I would get the PlayStation back, just because sometimes it was more not really to play online, it was more just for something to do. So like when I come in from work and I don't want to get on music because I'm quite tired, just make myself a drink and just have a half an hour on a video game or something, and play Grand Theft Auto or something, or but so Bing chilling. Trump is alive because he is in God's hands. I love music too. I love music. I've loved music all my life. Music is life to me. Music is life. Hello, yes, big shout to Logan. What you saying? Um, so yeah. So anyway, so the gig on the 19th of September. So it starts at 12:30, I believe it starts at, and or it might be 12, and then it just goes for a couple of hours into the afternoon, raising money, and then I'm also doing like a little interview story about why I chose to do this, and just a little bit of a backing story about what I'm doing in regards to, obviously, the event and everything. And it should be a shed load of fun. It should be really good. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, so that's that. So the track release. So obviously I did an announcement a couple of weeks back to say that my remix of Riding Solo had been taken to Excite Digital, and I'm happy to share now that my remix of Feel This Moment has also been taken to Excite Digital, and that will be releasing on the 25th of September. So it will literally be like the following week, um, which is really good. I'm really pleased. So it's on the 25th of September where the track's going to get released, and it's going to be a shed load of fun. So I took the classic Pitbull and Christina Aguilera, and their Feel This Moment, which was like a late noughties kind of chart tune that took a sample from Take On Me from the 80s, and really good track. I took a re-sung vocal from a karaoke website and did a remix of the track, and it got taken to Excite Digital, and that comes out on the 25th. So you'll be able to go on to excitedigital.co.uk. You will be able to buy that track. You will be able to do things with that track, play it in sets, do whatever you want to do with it, and it'll be good. What rapper do I like? So one of my favourite rappers, I don't think he raps anymore, but he's a guy called Young MC. He was around in the 90s. I think he might have moved on and done other things. But basically, he was like a proper, if you go back to like 90s kind of MCs back then, he was a proper 90s MC, like the kind of guy you would kind of hear on like Rhythm is a Dancer kind of styled MC. But he did this track called Know How. And it's a really good track. It's like really good rapping for that time as well, for that era. I think he was ahead of his time when he did Know How, and really good. But I do like your typical. I like your Eminem, and like I'm not a big Eminem fan. I'm not a big rapper fan. But I don't mind him. Snoop Dogg I didn't mind. Still don't mind, but I don't love. They're not people I'll go and listen to on the daily. But like if it came on the radio or something, or I got in someone's car and they happened to be playing it, I won't be like turn that shit off. Like I can appreciate it, but I don't love it, if that makes sense. Um, Listen to the link. I can't click links, bro, from this. Nice, I know him. What about Singer? So Singer is quite an easy one for me. So there's a guy called CC Rogers. He's an old house music singer. I think he still sings today. And anyway, he was around in the very early days of when house music became a thing. So when acid house was kind of like just becoming a thing in the late 80s, he recorded a track called Someday, and it uses a piano that was then later sampled by Liquid, which is the rave tune Sweet Harmony. But CC Rogers has done a handful of really good songs, and his vocal voice is absolutely phenomenal. Like he's a really good singer, and he's got a really amazing voice. So he's definitely up there for me as one of my favourite singers. And then there is also people like Julie McKnight. There's people like Rachel McFarlane. You know, all really good singers that sang some absolutely amazing tracks. And I think you can't beat that kind of you can't beat that kind of like house music singing from back in the day, you know, especially like black female singers that used to sing on like house music. They had like really good vocal cords, and they really made these house tracks. They really made them sound really really good, and I like them so much. Absolutely phenomenal. I pray to God to touch you and your heart and believe in Him because well, that's the coffee down and done. Really like these instant coffees. So yeah, so gig announcement, two tracks that have been signed. Really really good. So anyway, make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to share. I'm gonna cut this one here. We'll see you soon. Some guy going all religious on me.